I'm going to take a session on effective communication skills. At the onset, I am very thankful to Principal Dr. Shyam Ganvir sir, Dr. Suvarna Ganvir madam, Dr. Arjit Das, and Dr. Deepak Anap for giving me opportunity to deliver session on effective communication skills. It's a very important topic related to your workshop named as a resident as a doctor. And remember, my session will be an interactive one. You have to pay attention. In between, I'm going to ask question to anybody. So you should be attentive. And if you are well conversant with one a website that is Slido, I'm going to put one code or QR, scan that QR code, and after that you will go to that website and you have to put your answer. So with this, some instruction, I'm going to start this topic, that is effective communication skill. This is a very important slide, that no matter what job you have in a life, your success will be determined 5% by your academic credentials, 15% by your professional experience, and 80% by your communication skills. So that's the importance of this topic. That whatever job you will do, your success depends upon your effective communication skill. So communication skill is not only limited to your professional life, but it is also extended to your personal life. And you have all experience, you are mature adult, so that many conflict in our professional life as well as in our personal life appears due to the lack of communication. So we said that there is lack of communication or communication gap. And you all must have experienced, and many times in your day-to-day life you have used that there is communication gap. So we have to remove this communication gap, and we have to maintain a good communication between our student, between our colleague, between our relatives, so that you can live a successful professional as well as your personal life. That is the importance of a communication in your life. With this keynote, the objective of today's my session is to consider verbal and non-verbal communication, to understand and practice effective listening skill. What is the importance of listening in communication? I'm going to elaborate. Half of my session is on a listening skill. And third, to communicate in a clear, respectful, and non-judgmental manner. These three words are very important. After this session, you are able to communicate in clear, respectful, and non-judgmental manner. So that's the objective of my today's session. Then in basic, I will go, what is communication? So Wikipedia has defined communication that it is the process that allows us to interact with other people. Without it, we cannot share what knowledge, experience, anything or emotion outside of ourselves. So that's the communication. So what is communication? It is the process of a communication what you allow to interact with other people. What you are going to interact? You are going to interact about your knowledge, your experience, or your emotions outside ourselves. What are the common forms of the communication? These are speaking, writing, gestures, touch, broadcasting. So this is the important thing related to the communication. So have you understood the definition of the communication? Okay. Another way, in a simple language, this figure nicely explains that a communication is a series of experience of what? Hearing, smell, taste, seeing, touch. Same thing in a elaborated in a first slide, the Wikipedia definition of the communication. Here in a picture that it is the series of experience of what? These are our spatial senses. What are these spatial senses? These are hearing, smell, taste, see, or touch. Understood? So that is the another way to explain what is the communication. Now you can watch this video, and after watch it carefully, I'm going to ask the question on it. So after this video, I'm going to ask you one question. That is, first, can we communicate without words? Yes, anybody? And you can scan this QR code, or directly you can type slido.com and you can put this code R901, and afterwards you answer the question. Either you scan the code or you can directly go slido.com and then put this code R901 and give the answer, that is, can you communicate without words? Have you understood? Any difficulty? So I will give next 1 minute after that I will see the answers. Any difficulty? Are you able to log in with this website and put the code R901 and give the answer. Yes, are you able to? Richa? Okay, those who are able to scan the code, they can directly reach to the website, or otherwise, or go to that slido.com and put this R901. Yes. Now I'll see how many have you got the answer. So 96% said yes and 4% said no. Yes. You all are those who have given answer yes. Your answer is correct. So this question come in a mind while the communication, that is verbal versus non-verbal. Can we communicate without words? Yes, you have seen this video. Here is no speaking is there, but with a picture, with a gestures, or with other activities, they have given a proper message that what are the qualities of a doctor. Then next, what are the voice attributes? How do they affect communication? Next question in come in mind. What are physical attributes and how do they affect the communication? Then what is the power of touch and when power is used? And which is better, verbal or non-verbal? So all these questions, what are these come in mind? In this session, I am going to elaborate on each question. So we have already seen this ball. Now we're proceeding with what is the process. That is, you can see listening 45%, reading, speaking 40%, writing 9%, and reading 16%. If you see this graph, that is the speaking and listening, here the 75% of a communication is made by this, that is the speaking and listening. Is it clear? Then again, my next question, which mode of communication is better? Is it verbal or it is non-verbal? Again, you can scan the code or you can directly go to the website and type that R901. I'll give you 1 minute. Almost out of 33, 20, now 28. Why you are not able to answer or they are not paying attention, I don't know. 33 participants are there, but up till only 28 has been answered. Remaining 5, they are not able to log in or I don't know. Okay, so yes. Which mode of the communication is better? 89% you said that verbal, and 11% said non-verbal. And this is the, I want to check your knowledge, and is the wrong. The non-verbal is better than a verbal. Research has said that non-verbal communication like gesture, touch, your body position, your body language, all these matters in a communication. So most of you answered wrong. So which communication is better? Research says that 93% of our communication is non-verbal and 7% is only of a word. So that's the thing. How is it? I will explain. Now these are the communication process. That what 40% of the message is the communication equation. 40% of the message what you hear, 50% what you see or feel, and 10% of the message is the words, and that's your answer. So what I have told that more than 90% is on a non-verbal and 10% is of that of the verbal. So what you speak, what is your tone of voice, what is your vocal clarity, your verbal expressive, that matters. If your voice is too low, you cannot hear. Like this, that anchor is not able to, there is technical problem, we cannot hear our voice. Like this, tone of voice is important. Vocal clarity is important. Verbal expressive is important. Now, if I say, good morning, student, like this, how are you? If I using this tone, no, you are not giving your what you expect, give the expression. So I will show you one small video, and from this you can how the tone should be according to that situation. So you can see this video. So with this small video, he want to inspire all the soldier. So have seen the tone of you heard tone of voice, vocal clarity, his expressiveness, like this. If that, then and then only you can inspire your student. Like that, you should use your tone. There must be vocal clarity. There must be the proper expressiveness. Then next is the what you see or feel, facial expressions. I'm going to show one video again, small video for that. Next is dress and grooming. As a teacher, now this workshop is related to teacher. You are going to communicate to your student, and your student are adult one. So as a teacher, you are female or male teacher, you should be proper dressed. You should look like that of a teacher. Again, you are doing your job. That is your doctor as well as teacher. Means you are next to God. Like this, your appearance, your speaking should be like that. If you are going to come with a party dress and giving the lecture to the student will not listen. They will only see to you. And in our college days, we use how was lecture? In Marathi, बघण्यासाठी चांगलं होतं, ऐकण्यासाठी नाही. Like that, they will comment on you. So, as a teacher, you have to be well or dressed. Then posture. So, you have to do proper posture. Eye contact. This should be eye contact. There not be staring. There is difference between eye contact and staring. There must be not staring. Understood? Touch. This is also, as a doctor, you have to touch the patient. Also, if a student comes, this is very sensitive matter. When you touch any student or any patient of opposite sex, you have to take a care. Gestures. You have to also use many teachers have, or many persons have different bad habits of gestures. So that also should not be done. It creates a very bad impression. Now facial expression. Many times, again my question, all you have given answer, that verbal communication is better than a non-verbal. Now I am showing a video, and from this video that people take many years to express this emotion but not able to express. Now you see this video and within 15 seconds, all expressions has been. So this is only, don't take in another way. This video I have shown only clear your concept. Which communication is better, verbal or non-verbal? Have they said anything? No, no verbal. But काम हो गया. Understood? So this is only to create interest in my session. Otherwise, you will only remember this video. Don't do like this. What message I want to give you that the non-verbal communication is better than verbal communication. Otherwise, people take or उनका life जाता है वो that 3 I love you to say like this. But without saying this, उसका काम हो गया. Understood? So this is only creating an interest in my this lecture. I have shown this video. Is it clear? So with this, your concept must have clear that non-verbal communication is better than a verbal communication. And the words plays only 10% of this. Then next, my topic that understanding the communication. So remember, communication is a two-way process. What are these two-way? I'm going to explain. Then how effective communication skill must be done and what are the barriers of the effective communication. Then first, so communication is a two-way process. Remember, there is one sender, then is another is receiver. Sender gives some message and receivers take that message. So receiving means listening to other side, or sending means accepting or expressing some message. So these are the two important ways, that is sender is there and receiver. Sender should give a proper message and receiver should understand what sender want to give that message. So give that is proper and then only effective communication occur. If the sender has said something and receiver has received another thing, no, not at all it is the effective communication. Then there must be communication and there will be some misunderstanding. So the expression should be good as well as it should be listened, not heard. It should be listened. There is difference between listening and hearing. We always hear, but for effective communication skill, we must listen. And half of my session is on listening skill. What are the barriers of the communication which lead misunderstanding and communication? These are cultural difference, generation gap, language, noise, hearing. I'm going to elaborate it on afterwards in the details. So now only understand the communication is a two-way process. That is, there is sender and there is receiver. Sender should give a specific message and receiver should also receive that what sender wants to tell. So then only communication will be effective. So how effective communication can occur? So these are the different ways or parameters. There should be eye-to-eye contact. And you all know now this is the you must have experience. There is the difference between our traditional classes and this webinar. There is no eye-to-eye contact. I am also not getting that enjoyment while I am delivering this. In last year, I have taken this session that in a traditional way. I don't know now you are understanding what are your emotions, what are your expressions. So there must be eye-to-eye contact, but not the staring. Body language should be positive. What are the different ways of the body language? I will tell you now. There must be silence. If there is the noise, there will be some misunderstanding. Then I have to check no, you have understood or not. I'm in my session. I'm asking many times, have you understood or not? Face should be smiling face. Afterwards, there should be summarization. Up till now, what I've covered, have you understood or not? Then can I proceed like I have asked you? So encouragement to continue. And if you have some question, you can ask it. So with this, you can make an effective communication. Then we'll proceed. What are the barriers? Barriers of that is the language. If language difference, you all know that I'm also from Marathi medium. When I took the admission to medical, first year it was so difficult. Like this, there is language we are not able to understand big words. Like this, there are language barriers. If noise is there, it's the common sense that there will be. It is the most important barrier. There are some distraction now. You are all people. I don't know how many are watching Facebook, how many are watching WhatsApp. So these are all the distractions in a webinar. Put downs, lack of interest. Kya communication? Iska kya importance hai, doctor? Like that, many questions must be in your mind. Disability, discomfort with the topic. Distance meaning if in a too large class and my voice is not able to reach to the last student, like this, these are the some barriers. Too many questions, other people, there are time constraints. Like these are the barriers of our communications. Now for effective communication, I already told 50% of a communication depend upon the listening. And this is the famous quote that if we were supposed to talk more than a listen, we would have been given 2 mouths and 1 ear. Is it there? No. God has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth. So, what nature expects from us? That we should listen more. You can introspect yourself. Are you listening more? Are you talking more? You can introspect. But for effective communication, you should listen more than talking. And the nature has given us 2 ears to listen and only 1 mouth. Remember this and remember throughout your life. Then this is again another quote that effective communication requires active listening skills. So listening skill, and I am saying it is the skill. If it is the skill, you can work on it and you can improve your skill. So you have to work. So what are the level of the listening? There are some non-listener, marginal listener, evaluative listener, and the active listener. For the understand purpose, I will give you example. What are non-listener? In your class, there are many, some students are there. They doesn't come to the class at all. Whatever the Ganvir sir has put, the fine, all he has given some threat that I will not allow to exam. Still some students are there, they will not listen at all. These are non-listener. Marginal listener, attendance ke purpose mein class, only for attendance purpose they come to the class, but their mind is in another thing, or watching movie, or they are whatever they have seen the Netflix, that they are on that this. These are the marginal listener. Evaluative listener, they are of a better this, that they want to become some specialist. They will concentrate what are the beneficial, otherwise they will not listen. So what is the beneficial for their career, that only they will listen. These are the evaluative listener. Then active listener, वो सब जो अच्छा लगे बुरा लगे, whatever teacher tell, these are the active listener. There are some students, they will listen each and everything. So these are the criteria of the levels of the listening. I think with the example, you must have understood what is non-listener, marginal listener, evaluative listener, and the active listener. So I have already told, listening is a skill. Then how you can improve this? By what is the active listening? Active listening is responding. Means I am speaking, I am asking many times, have you understood? You have to respond, yes sir. Or the patient come to you, or student come to you, and he tells some problem. You have to actively listen. To nowadays, all are busy with a mobile. Whenever someone is talking, we are seeing WhatsApp, we are seeing Facebook, or we know other means, or not means you have to respond. Otherwise, what happens? So if no responding, okay, बोले, अरे मैं बोला वो टीचर को, लेकिन ना वो he was not paying attention. Oh, उसने सुनी नहीं लिया. Like that. So you have to listen. And while active listening, you have to respond. Who? Yes. What next? Like that, you have to respond. Paraphrasing. If you have understood, not understood, then you have to put in your words. You mean to say like this, dash, dash, dash. So then you said, yes, sir. But if you no, then no, sir, I want to say like this. So you have to paraphrase this. Then you have to ask the question for the clarification. Yes, I mean like this. Like this question you have to, or mirroring the other person's language. Like this, you have to use for active listening. If you are listening your colleague, are you listening with your friend, or listening of student, or listening of a patient? In these you have to use that. You have to respond, you have to paraphrase, you have to ask any question if you are not understood, or mirroring the other's language. So that is the ways of active listening. So why the people do not listen? These are the 5 basic reasons. Again, listening is hard work. You can, again I'm asking, you can introspect yourself. Yes, we don't listen for 2 minutes also. We want to talk. So that's the thing. So listening is hard work. Competition. So no one want to listen to anybody. Everybody is goal oriented and want to achieve the goal. That's why they listen. Then rush for the action. A karne ka, o karne ka. That's the thing the people do. And there is speed difference. That the person can hear only 120 words per minute, while he can, there is Guinness Book record that the person can speak 360 words per minute, while he can listen only 120. That's the nature and lack of training. Again, why lack of training? Because listening is a skill. And if it is skill, you have to work in and you have to improve your skill. So these are the 5 basic reasons people don't listen. That listening is hard work, there is competition, there is rush for action, speed differences, and lack of training. Now, how the listening skills are improved? So don't get preoccupied. How many नहीं यार वो मैडम है ना वो ऐसी है वो सीनियर बताता है उसका लेक्चर अच्छा नहीं है वो मत पढ़ो. You get preoccupied. You should not get preoccupied. नहीं गनवीर मैडम अच्छा सिखाती है उनका लेक्चर अटेंड करो. You get preoccupied. Like this, don't get preoccupied. Being open-minded, non-defensive, minimizing interruption. So you should minimize interruption. And listening is hearing, and what you have heard, you have to interpret. So hearing is a physiological process, but listening is the psychological process. And also, if you are not understood, you can ask the question. These are the some key points, or these are the some thing with the you can improve your listening skills. Then this is the again famous quote: the art of communication is the language of the leadership. So you have to, if you want to become leader, and you all are in our MBBS now, new curriculum is there, that is competency based medical curriculum. In there, one of the role of each doctor that he must be leader. A leader, he should be a best communicator, and then only he can become a leader. So what are the barriers to the communicator and barrier to the receiver? So unwillingness to say things differently. So each time each teacher come, that PPT, why that example, like that means, so there is no difference. So the previous or senior said that now that you will take that joke only like this. So you have to think what in my lecture, what I am going to deliver differently to my students. Again, the communicator, there is unwillingness to learn new approaches. So in my previous session, I have not used Slido. Now I am using Slido. So you have to learn technology, or you have to apply many things. Lack of self-confidence, lack of enthusiasm, voice quality, prejudice, lack of feedback, and lack of motivation and training. These all are related to the communicator or from a teacher side or from a doctor side. Understood? Then there are barriers of a receiver side. What are these barriers of the receiver side? That is, there is selective perception. Why? That only one teacher teaches that Ganwar madam lecture is nice. So that is selective perception. So that should not be there. Unwillingness to change. जाने दो क्या होता है MHS में सब पास होते हैं. Why we have to attend this one like this? Lack of interest in the topic. They already, that is the self-explanatory. Again, prejudice. Then personal value system. Here some personal religious values are there. No, I'm not going to listen at all of that. So that should not be there for. And there are some internal or external factors. If you are ill, sick, you are not going to listen. You are not in that position. That if you are depressed and someone is saying that go to me, like this. So depend upon that situation. So these are the barriers in the receiver's side. Then what are the constraints of the communication? So these are individual differences. Yes, you know, कि उसका मेरे साथ जमता नहीं. Then there are countries, you are not going to speak with him or her like a friend. But if it is your friend, you are going to share each and everything. But there are some differences, you are not going to share the thing. And cultural diversity, like in our foreign countries, USA, UK, they meet with hugging. But is it possible in India? No, we do namaste. Like this, these are the some constraints. Legal obligation. So there are some legal obligation like this. As a doctor or as I'm doing my radiology practice, there is legal obligation on me that I should not divulge the sex of a fetus. That's a legal obligation. So I have to follow that. Then there are privacy laws are there. Code of conduct. There are some like Dr. Vittal Rao Vikhe Patil Foundation. There are some rules that in a hostel you should be that 9 p.m. you should not be outside the hostel like this. So these are some code of conduct or you have to wear apron. So like this, so that the physiotherapy student can say their logo is different, medical student logo is different. Is the part more or part that the non-verbal communication. Confidentiality and gossip. We all are very fond of gossiping and seeing everyone. These are the constraints of on a communication. So why? How we should have a good rapport between our student, between our that rapport with student, rapport with patient, rapport with colleague, rapport with relative, that you need self-confidence and you must understand the people. What happened in nowadays, we only think of ourselves. We don't think other person. So you must understand that you must be enthusiastic. You must make eye-to-eye contact and you must be interested in them. And then only the proper rapport is there. So self-confidence, understand people, must enthusiastic, eye contact and interested in them. Then I have said that body language, people mnemonic is there. So posture. So you should postures and gesture. You should use proper postures and gesture. Eye contact. Again, I am giving much more importance on eye contact because all are adult students. And you should have eye-to-eye contact, not staring or glaring. Then orientation. How to position yourself? Meaning that this one that they will be on that's mid position that between the blackboard and they will not move here and there. So you have to orient yourself properly. Presentation. How you deliver the message. How enthusiastically you tell. How you make your session interesting. That then look. Are your looks, appearance and dress is important. I already told, as a doctor, as a teacher, you have to be in a proper formal dress. Again, I'm repeating and I'm again this one that the party dressing is different and where as a teacher you are taking any lecture or giving a webinar, you must be well dressed. Why? because you are teacher and doctor, you are next to God. So you have to maintain that dignity and you have to dress properly yourself. And many students I have seen, not of physiotherapy college, from my medical college. Now there is one fashion in this one, in a male student, that this Dadi banane ka, oh, I don't know. And they feel that they are Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj, that you can become Shivaji Maharaj with your actions, with your thoughts, but not with only that growing the beard. So it should look like formal, very like a chocolate hero. So like this, your dressing should be there, and you have to express your emotions properly. So with this people mnemonic, the body language should be proper. Now, this is my last slide, that is take home message. From this that communication is very important. If you have a good communication skill, even if some mishap happen in a patient treatment or with a student, but if you are a good communicator, there will be no conflicts in your professional life, in your personal life, or in your academic life. For a good communication, what is important? Listening. And listening is a skill, and you have to work on it. And henceforth, you start that I will listen of my friend 2 minutes today. The next day 3 minutes, next day 5 minutes. Like that, you improve your listening and go. And you can see, you can observe day to day, those persons who listen more, they are successful in life, talk less. And there is the next thing, that is apathy. What is apathy? That you are not at all concerned to this. Sympathy, you are concerned and you are giving the sympathy. And the empathy. Empathy, that you are putting yourself in other shoes. That you are putting or you are feeling the emotion of other. And if you are empathetic to that person, then only effective communication occurs. So there should be no apathetic behavior is not allowed. Sympathy should be there, but it is, you have to go to next level, that is empathetic level. So these two words take home message from my this session is that you should be a good listener and you should listen empathetically and you should deal any situation empathetically. If you are dealing any situation empathetically, then there will be a very best communication. So you should be good listener and you should listen empathetically. You should listen empathetically to your student. You should listen empathetically to your patient. You should listen empathetically to your teacher. You should listen empathetically to your colleague. You should listen empathetically to your friend. And then only effective communication can occur. Now, as a teacher, this is I'm showing a small video here that the teacher has given a message without using any word. That is, again, I'm to insist that non-verbal communication is very important. So a student come to the teacher and ask that he has seen on a blackboard one quote that whatever you wish from your bottom of heart, you get it. The student has confused. This is third or fourth standard student and goes to his teacher and asks, sir, if you will from anything from our bottom of heart, really we get it? How this teacher explains by using the resources. Watch it carefully. So without using any words, successful even by you have to try, and if you are going to try, one day success is yours. And this message is also applicable to this for the communication skill that you have to work is the skill. You have to try, and 100% if you are going to work on your communication skill, you will be successful in your life, and there will be no conflicts in your professional as well as your personal life. So last quote, that communication is a skill that you can learn. It's like riding a bicycle or typing. If you are willing to work at it, you can rapidly improve the quality of every part of your life. So that is my take home message to you. Now the last poll, that how useful you find this session and not goody. Please give a true feedback on this. So please scan the code, or you can directly go to slido.com and type R901, and your feedback must be the true one, not for that the sir will feel good. No. Half minute I will wait. $35 are there, up till 9, up till 28 has been answered. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Again, I'm very thankful to Principal Dr. Shyam sir, Suvarna Dhanvir Madam, Organizing Secretary Dr. Ajit Das, and Dr. Deepak Kanap sir, and our respectable Deputy Director Dr. Abhijit Dute sir, for giving me such an opportunity to speak to such a enthusiastic participant, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful lecture.
Thank you.
So,
Can
am
I
I
mute?
audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Any questions?
I would take a minute to introduce you to the students.
Okay, please proceed.
So, we have Sandeep Kadu sir as an MBBS, MD from FMT department, DMER, LLB, MBA, PGDHHN, PGDMLS, CFMG, MJ, ACNE, and also a PhD scholar. He is a professor and head of the Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, coordinator research cell from Dr. Vithalrao Vikhe Patil Foundation Medical College. He has a vast teaching experience of almost 20 years, member of Board of Studies at Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik, also a member of Board of Studies at Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapeeth Medical, Pune. He is a member of IQAC Cell, PIMS, Loni. Areas of interest is medical research and medical education technology. He has more than 40 research publications in his various journals. Also, he is an executive member of editorial board of various journals. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. Also, I hope all the students would have understood well.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Can I leave the meeting?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. This is Dr. Arijit. I also want to personally thank you that you have accepted our invitation and give your valuable knowledge and share with us. That is for that specially thank you to you, sir. Like you are with your busy schedule, you have taken out the time. That is only great thing for us, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Again, that you all have adjusted, because I have many times requested you that due to this, I'm not able to take my lecture on a proper time.
No problem, sir. No problem at all, sir. And
Thank
your lecture was also very nice. Like always, we like to attend your lecture. It is always with some clippings of videos and interesting to us. So thank you for that, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Okay.